All right, let's go. A long time ago, in a stream that was destined for greatness, I didn't have anything to do. So I reached out to a friend of mine, crypticccrow. He wanted his PB to be critiqued by me, as in the past I had done other people's runs, and I went through his run and I did some mashing of my brain cells, and what we ended up with was a VOD of me going through his PB and just trying to tell him things that he's still doing wrong to help him improve. As I said before, I have done this a couple times with a few runners in the past. It's something that I would enjoy potentially doing in the future, but without taking up too much of your time, this is me going through Cryptic's PB and just trying to give my thoughts. This isn't a complete list of things that Cryptic did wrong in his run. I can't nitpick everything. I do nitpick a few things, but that's just my nature. But these were just the things that I thought were important in the moment, and I hope maybe you can learn a thing or two along the way. This is the second PB, yes. The almost 103, as it were. All right, gamers, let us settle in, get comfy. Let's rock and roll, dude. You get almost full screen treatment. I shouldn't do that. That looks stupid. Alrighty, cap, cascade. Not normally a whole lot that goes wrong run-wise for people. Well, I mean, not really a whole lot that I can comment on usually. Normally, it's just kind of like bad lines. Oh my god, I was at the beginning of this run. Pog me. Yeah, I mean, you know, don't cap through. Okay, cool. We've got our cap kingdom like advice out of the way. Don't do stupid stuff. That's pretty much all it comes down to, really. That you roll boosted too early there too. All right, I guess we got to actually get into real roasting mood. Heck. Yeah, all right, so you're doing the same thing that I used to do, okay? And I got roasted into oblivion for doing this too, so, you know, fair game, fair game. It comes down to the... Twitch, what the f*** are you doing? Comes down to the same thing that, like I said to Halo at the beginning of his sand. Mario rolls faster going down hills and stuff, right? And I know the brain think there, right? The big brain play there is, but if I cut across the hill, Tom, I'm on the other hill faster. Except that's not how that works. If you go down further, you can roll boost more, which means you go faster, you know? It's dumb, okay? But anyway, you should wait more. You should wait till you're more at the bottom instead of, like, doing these big-ass hops off the thing, because, like, rolling is fast, but roll boosting is faster. So if you can roll boost more, then, or earlier, for example, then you're doing better. So boosting off here, not the play. Again, like, there's not really a whole lot I can say about Cap Cascade, because outside of, like, very, very minor things, most of you guys are doing the exact same stuff that, like, I'm doing, you know? For example, your gold's only, like, 1 second off my gold, right? There's really not a whole lot that I can say, because Cap, Cascade are generally, like, the most optimized kingdoms that any of us have, so there's not really much that can go down. Alright, I need to tell you the exact same thing that I told Sly, because this will scare you one day, okay? This will roast your ass. Stay away from this thing, please. Please, just do me one favor. Avoid it at all costs. Knife hands, okay? Because one day you'll be on a lit run, and Mario will just go fucking yum! But you don't need to hug the icicle because it's not the line that you want to take anyway. If you hug that icicle, you're going up the hill. You don't need to be going up the hill. You need to be going this way. So you would want to come this way. Get the proper line. Alright, come on. Bruh. Those fast boys are fast for a reason. Yeah, but listening to people blindly for absolutely no reason is not the same as listening to things that have been tested and are proven to be true, alright? Like our fast boys back like a year ago told everybody that diving into captures is faster. Therefore, everybody started diving into every single capture. Guess what? It's not actually faster. It doesn't really do anything. Alright, good. Not doing the side flip. I'd get very cranky at you if you did, because it's not worth it. Not this. I do think you're still coming at it at too much of an arc. You know, like you're curving a little bit too much. I think you just need to tackle it a little bit straighter. Alright, what the heck is this, Cryptic? You're spin throwing. You should be like jumping. Like here. What is this? What What is the point of this? Congrats, you achieved not much. That honestly probably just lost you like half a second to a second just because you decided to do that. You achieved a spin throw bog. True. Awkward tree angles. Oof. Is that still gonna touch? No. Okay, so when you're in a situation like that with this stupid ass tree, you're right on top, right? You're on top of the tree. Instead of jumping here, I know getting on top of this is like disgusting, but because you're on this tree specifically, and the moon is very specifically about to spawn right above this tree, instead of jumping off it, just hold, you know, towards camera so Mario gets on top of the tree in that like backflip or the flip stand thing, and then you'll just grab the moon straight away. Again, a lot of what I can critique is going to come down to tighter movement and decision making. And, you know, if you watched my recent video, which I'm pretty sure you did, then you would know that that's a lot of my focus at the moment, is making sure people make right decisions. And that was not the right decision. Yeah, I don't know if you just got stuck there in that role, because I know that can happen sometimes. I think the better choice for you there in that scenario, right? If you notice that you're stuck in this movement, right, and the game isn't letting you move, because that, you know, that does happen. Instead of continuing to roll boost, because the roll boost is what's keeping you locked in place, right? If you stop roll boosting and then allow Mario to veer across, I feel like that would have been better for you, because then you wouldn't have had this awkward moment of like zero momentum trying to get around the corner. Dropped spin, as it tends to happen. Yeah, so I think the reason that you got this really awkward value dive here is because your jumps are doing this, right? You're like zigzagging across the floor here. And like, I know that probably shouldn't cause anything to happen, but like, this game is stupid, so anything we can do to avoid this, we're gonna do. And I think that might have played a part to it. Now is probably about the time that you should maybe start thinking about making nut clip a little bit tighter. You know, by now you should know how to control Mario when he's running at full speed. And I think it would be beneficial for you to fully understand how to do that movement without having to stop. Oof, going for the long jump. So that long jump, to get that to work, like, I don't know if you're fully aware of how that works or if you just kind of YOLO that long jump a little bit, which is fair. The way to make that work really, really reliably is to long jump along the length of the stairs and hold into the stairs, right? So that when you long jump, Mario is pushing against the stairs, because collision in this game only really happens if you're at a steep angle, right? Most of the time, when it comes to like flat surfaces like this. So if you long jump along the stairs, you don't bonk into it, right? But if you hold into it, two things are gonna happen. One of two things are gonna happen. You're either gonna hit the moon's hitbox and then pog, or you're gonna miss the moon's hitbox, bonk into this end of the opening, and then hit the moon anyway. So you need to get the roll cancel in a way that you land. Hold up, let me just get into position here. So that you roll cancel and like land here, and then you can long jump along the side of the stairs and then hold into the moon. I learned that from Strav. All right, I'm not a big IQ gamer. I steal this stuff too, all right? But trust me, it works. I literally saw him do it once and I was like, wait a minute, that's actually fucking high IQ. And then I replicated it. Tumshi1 plagiarize. I don't think you can copyright SMO movement. Yeah, okay. It's awkward as heck. I do want to learn how to do that movement right there a little bit more optimally, because I see people do this all the time, and I know I used to do this as well, so I can't really get mad at you for doing this, but do you want to know how to do this better? Okay, the strat here. The ultimate play here, right? Yeah, but I mean, sometimes me forcing my level of movement onto people isn't really the smartest way about going about this, right? So there comes a balancing act, right? So you come out of this, you roll boost straight away. Good, pog. Then you come out of this, you jump, you dive, you land about here. You want to aim for this area, because Because what you're gonna do is then roll boost over this railing. Scary stuff. Basically, you want to land on this line here and go straight, right? Because we're talking about lines. This is the line. So you land here-ish. I think you can roll boost twice. I'd need to pull up my PB again. I roll boost twice. Okay, good. So then you land, you roll boost once, and then about here-ish, you roll boost again. It puts you over the railing, and you want to be landing here. That way you avoid this wall, because this wall is obviously going to absolutely destroy you. But this is where you want to go, because it's straight, right? As opposed to like going around corners and shit. And then basically all you do after that, once you land, is you basically just continue rolling across, and then you just like come out of your roll and you just turn the corner. And then bada bing, bada boom. And then what you want to do here is Goomba fight. No, I'm kidding. Cryptic, do you spin throw roll cancel? Are you a spin throw roll cancel gamer? All right, then upgrade this movement, okay? Because this is a free one. Hold like upright on your analog stick and initiate a roll. Then roll boost once and then spin through a roll cancel to capture this tank. It's so much more clean and it lets you get a way better cycle on this wiggler and you can hit him way more optimally because you hit him earlier. You don't know how to do that movement out of tower. So the way that Tyrone does this, which is the way, is hard. It looks easy as hell, but it's not. But basically what the top boys do is they come out, they roll straight ahead, and they roll cancel to the right and continue their momentum. But then what they do is they shake again to get Cappy to return to them. And then as they're coming around the corner, they get that Cappy return jump, and then they just make it up, and then they can spin throw to capture the wire. So as you can imagine, that's big brain as hell, but it's not easy. It looks easy, but it's deceptive. It is really difficult. I try it every time and I just can't get it, dude. It's too hard. Like, I don't think I've successfully done it yet. The next best option is to just keep roll canceling the way you're roll canceling and hope that you get it, really. Like, learning the angle is really all I can tell you because there's nothing really to it. It's just do it. It's awkward and there's not really anything you can do about it. You just have to figure it out. Oh, this is an awkward wiggler. What are you doing with this aiming, Cryptic? I don't know if shaky is the same as you going, ha, 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 ha. You don't use motion controls to aim. Can you please learn how to? Aiming with joysticks in this game is not the play. And I hate motion aiming, and I'm telling you that. It's not the play. If you don't have your motion sense up at the moment, turn up your motion sense to like max, and then learn how to control that. It's awkward as hell, and it's gross, but trust me, it's you can snap so much better to like where you need to be when you know how to do it properly. Okay, so you came out of this, right? The taxi was nowhere near you. I guess it kind of was, but still, it was like over there. You should have spin pounded out of that. Doing this weird hop, skip, and a jump, dude. Yeah. That wasn't the play either. Getting up close to those boxes and throwing Cappy and then just continuing to walk forward a little bit and then just rolling will get you in there 100% of the time, 100% of the time, which is what you want. Channel points for run analysis when. Channel points? I don't get anything out of channel points. You want me to waste an hour of my day for some channel points? No, I'm kidding. You get free content. Free content doesn't pay the bills, dude. What the heck? I'm sponsoring you guys right now. You guys are getting more out of this than I do. What do you mean? Free content? I don't get paid for this. You guys get free endorsement on my twitch.tv channel. This guy. Alright, why do you guys keep doing this? I swear Halo did the same thing. Dude, this movement is literally the freest thing in Snow Kingdom, okay? All you have to do, roll as soon as you land, long jump. You will go in the pipe every single time. Don't touch the analog stick. Nothing. It's the freest thing ever. SMH. Oh. Cryptic, you splicing? What the heck is that? Dude, Cryptic cheated. So, a lot of Seaside time save, and the reason that I can't really touch on Seaside all that much is because a large portion of Seaside time save is literally just fish movement and having tight fish lines. And I did go over it a lot in, I think it was Halo's PB, I went over fish movement a fair bit. But really the easiest way to learn how to be good fish is to quite honestly just watch Strav, or just any like top level run, just watch the fish portion of it, because there's no hard things, right, with fish movement. So it's not like you're gonna watch Tyrone and be like, that's impossible. It's totally possible. You just gotta figure out where the hell you're supposed to be going. And it all just comes down to taking those proper lines and stuff like that, which is hard because walls suck. Right, so you didn't let this manip go early enough. So when I was doing this back in the day, before I started doing Manipless, by the time I hit this checkpoint, I was already turning the camera, like it was already back up, right? I don't know if you can recenter it with a bumper button. I don't remember. It's been like a year since I've done this movement, but whether it just comes down to you turning this earlier, or if a bumper button works, maybe hit that. But there shouldn't be this delay between you grabbing this moon and waiting for the Pokio to spawn. You want to just tighten that up a little bit, you know? Yeah, that was not gonna work. Podoboo, sorry, not Pokio. Guys, I'm allowed to make a fucking mistake, alright? Come on. I call one capture the wrong thing, you're all up here in my fucking grill. God, Tom, you're so fucking stupid. What? Crypto, I reckon you should learn how to do this the proper way on the middle platform, because it's not any harder than doing it the normal way. And then you can just take the straight line as opposed to going and like flip-flop across, right? You're at a point where you would be able to do it pretty easily. I think you should maybe think about it. All right, get closer to the cheese, dude. I know you want to stay as far away from the cheese because you don't want to recapture the pan bro, right? But when you're this far away, you know, the pans just go every which way but loose, right? If you get up in the cheese's grill, okay? Not grilled cheese, but get up in the cheese's grill, it's like almost guaranteed that you're gonna hit the blocks that you need to hit, right? So you're gonna break the blocks faster. And then to make sure that you get the lever, you don't move past the hitbox of this cheese, okay? Then what you can do is when you uncapture the pan bro, you just get as far against the other like hitbox of the cheese behind that one, its hitbox, and then throw Cappy at the lever. That way Cappy has nowhere else to go but the lever, and then you won't capture the pan bro. It's the strat, alright? Try to avoid these awkward hammer throws, dude. And I mean, getting dropped inputs there is a rite of passage. There's nothing you can do about that. So the reason this didn't work, just in case you actually care, is because you don't have enough height. I don't think you held the jump button for the maximum amount that you needed to hold the jump button for. So you didn't get a full height triple jump here, which is why when you throw Cappy and try and dive, you're just bonking. You're bonking into his shoulder. That and you're a little bit too close. Look, I can't get mad if you're getting nervous because, you know, like when I was going for my 103s, it was like the same amount of emotion, right? Like, you want that shit so bad, dude. But like, I think for me, when I was going for my, what would have been 101, I wasn't nervous during my run at all. Like until the Pokio that I had died, right? Like until I killed it. That's when I was like, well, but even then after that, like I was still fine. And that just kind of came down to the fact that I spent like a month or two just practicing like literally everything so that my brain had no other option but to do exactly what I had been practicing for like 2 months. I think I just kind of took on the like Lil Curbs mentality of like when he got his like 1 hour flat time, he just kind of said afterwards, he was just like, dude, I wasn't really nervous at all during cutscenes and stuff. I would just look down at my controller and I would just think about what I needed to do. And I think that kind of just brings home the point of like, it's really easy to build yourself up during these runs emotionally, especially when you have splits on and you know that you're a minute 20 ahead. The stress builds up subconsciously. You know, like any little mistake I do here is going to cost me a lot of time, but like the thing is that's gonna happen all the time. Like that's always the mentality, right? Like it might not be evident because you're not always a minute 20 ahead of your PB, but like it's kind of technically how it always is. So I think just finding that balance of being able to like pull yourself back just a step and just being like this shouldn't be working you up so much because you should know exactly what you need to be doing. I don't know, it's weird. Like I can't really give you a way to not get nervous, you know, but there are ways to mitigate it, I guess. What's everyone's opinion on Topper first or Harriet first? I feel like we had this conversation recently, Kobe. No one gives a shit. That's my opinion. Yup. And while that like is true, you know, you've never been on pace like this, but like Isn't that every PB pace run? You know, I think a lot of us, especially Odyssey gamers, you know, we get really caught up on these like minute barrier marks. And I think we just put a little bit too much pressure on ourselves regarding those minute marks when like really we just don't have to, because at the end of the day, there's going to be another minute mark anyway. I think we need to find that humble balance of just like paying less attention to our actual output time and more attention to focusing on the run at hand. Because ultimately paying more attention to what you're doing is going to yield a way better result than trying to focus really, really hard during your paced run to get a 103. Because who the f cares if you don't get a 103, dude? No one's going to sit here and be like, wow, Cryptic, your on-pace run wasn't a 103. I'm unsubbing. Only the YouTube commenters, just don't upload it to YouTube, Pog. Why didn't this work? Ah, okay. I think you tried to buffer this spin pound a little bit too early. So what ended up happening is you didn't actually dive far enough forward to hit him because you missed him. Like you didn't even really touch him, or if you did, it would have been like a bonk or something. I think you need to let that dive ride just a little bit longer so you don't accidentally pull back too much. That's dangerous. You don't want to do that. Again, this like comes back to like what I've been saying, man. Like you need to, well, not you specifically, but like we all need to stop trying to focus on like, you know, oh my God, what if it doesn't buffer? And just think of like the fact that you should know when you need to buffer, right? It all comes, I'm just going in circles with this train of thought. This is why I script my videos, dude. But like it all just kind of rattles back to the point of just like, you know, this is what practice is for. You know, I said this to Halo, like the reason that we practice is exactly for the fact of you will know when you need to buffer. If you've practiced this 55,000 times, then you shouldn't be getting in a scenario during a run where you're like, what if I don't buffer? You know, what if I buffer at the wrong time? Because you should know, right? And if you're getting stressed about that during a run, then you need to find a way to like tell yourself that you're thinking illogically and irrationally, because that's most of what stress is, right? And well, not stress, but most of what the anxiety of runs is, right? Like not believing that you're gonna pull stuff off, which, why? Fuck the mind, dude. Like, I know what I'm trying to say, it just sounds stupid, right? And you're probably just looking at me like, Tom, you're telling me to just not get nervous. And in a way, yes, I guess that is what I'm telling you. But like, it's more than that, and it's hard for me to explain what I'm trying to get across, especially when I don't have 2 weeks to script a video about it, right? It's more than that. It's not just don't get nervous. It's like the whole reason that I made my recent video is for like literally this scenario. Like this is literally it. You need to, like I keep saying you, but like it's not you specifically. Like I'm not calling you out for this. It's just like as a group, as an analytical database, the mentality needs to shift so that it's not so much like when you get in a run setting, the mentality shouldn't be when you're on pace and you're towards the end of the run to freak out. And I get it. It's not like I'm not saying I'm impervious to it. You know, I'm not a fucking robot, okay? My name's not Tyrone. I'm of course you're gonna get nervous, but it's about focusing that into something that can be useful, right? Take that energy that you're being fueled with, all that adrenaline, and instead of putting that adrenaline to freaking out and being like, bro, what if I don't get target acquired? Put that into being like the thought of rolling back your memory to being like, okay, I know exactly how to do this. What do I need to do? And just think about it. Think it through. You know, you need to get in the right position. Then you need to cap dive, instantly dive. You need to buffer at the exact right time. Like, you think all this shit through, dude. Use the thoughts that are racing through your brain to do something productive instead of just going in a circle and freaking you out. Because that's all that's going to happen if you leave it go untamed. You're just going to go around in circles and you're going to get worse and you're going to go worse, and then you're going to start shaking, your hands are going to start sweating, and you're going to lose it all. And that's what happens. Of course that's what happens. I've done this exact same thing and I've lost a 103 run. I've lost like 3 103 runs like this. I get it. I mean, granted, I don't really do runs anymore, so, you know, you're talking to a boomer here, but I'll just shut up, dude. It's hard not to be nervous entering BM, but I feel like I play consistently when nervous. Like, of course you're going to be nervous going into BM, right? I'm not saying that you shouldn't just not be nervous, because of course you are. Even in my 102.05, like, you know, slightly nervous going into BM, but I wasn't any more nervous than I was for the rest of the run, right? For most of that run, I was like somewhat nervous, like a little tiny baseline nervous, because I was on a good run and I knew I was on a good run. But my mentality during that run wasn't to freak out about what was going to kill the run or anything like that. I was focusing my brain power, focusing on what I had been doing for the last 2 months, because I had spent 2 months practicing every single kingdom. I was making sure that I was doing exactly what I had spent 2 fucking months doing, because I was hungry, dude. I was hungry for that PB. I don't know, dude. If I can't put the words that I'm trying to get across into words properly, then I tried, I guess. How do you do the backflip hat thing without him taking the hat when you do that? You should go to my YouTube channel and watch my Bowser's fast hat tutorial. All right, what kind of line does Cryptic take, chat? Let's see. Oh, he's on a good line. He kind of veered off the line. Okay, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but though it wasn't perfect. You were almost there, dude. You're almost perfect. You just like veered off to the left. No, come back. Like, this one right here missing is so unfortunate, because it's only missing because its hitbox got reduced because it broke one. Like, if you watch it, it like scathed by. Oh no, you missed 2. What the dude, how? Yeah, that's unfortunate, dude. That's actually just like straight up stupid. That's SMO's smile. True. Dude, Yason having dinner at like 5 o'clock. And just like that. Golding Moon Kingdom by 1.7 seconds. Pog. Alright. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video and you have any questions about Odyssey or runs with Odyssey in general, consider heading on over to my Twitch channel where you can ask me live. Until next time, gamers, thank you so much for watching.